Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to the first episode of Super Sentai Reviews. The way I'm doing this, originally I was going to put the Super Sentai reviews along with the Power Rangers, but I decided to separate them so I can have something to do more on the days I didn't have any videos to do. And I know it's been a while since I've recorded a new video, and I apologize, just a lot of stuff has been keeping me busy. And now I'm going to start with the first review of the Super Sentai series I started watching not too long ago. This would be considered my, I don't know, third, maybe fourth, because I watched Go Tiger, I watched Geki Ranger, and I started to watch Magi Ranger with my friends, but then we stopped. And then I watched Gao Ranger, and then I restarted Magi Ranger, so I don't know, because I started Magi Ranger before Gao Ranger, but I finished Gao Ranger, yeah. Oh well, it's my first review for Super Sentai, and this time, instead of having my notes in just one little small block, I actually decided to switch it to probably to make it more easier on me. So my notes is an entire page, or at least for just this thing. So, like with my Power Rangers reviews, if you see me looking down, I am looking down at my notes. This helps me, and this will also make the video longer, so you don't have to sit here and be bored. So let's get this started. The first episode of this Super Sentai review, I do my review on the 25th season Hyakujuu Sentai Gaoranger. This the footage from this series was adapted into Power Rangers Wild Force. It has 51 episodes. It aired between February 18th, 2001 to February 10th, 2002. It's the 25th anniversary of Super Sentai that year, so it's a super special thing. With this, we have our Super Sentai team consists of 5 in the beginning, but another one comes in later on. Now, the way that they did it for this season, by Gao Yellow, he's like, well, since we're fighting in a war, there's no point in introducing themselves with their real names. So through pretty much the entire series, they address themselves as their color. In some episodes, they actually find out, there's some where you actually find out what their real names are, like Gao Red, Gao Blue, Gao Black, and Gao White. And in those, there's episodes where you find out those four. I'm not for sure. I don't really remember Gao Yellows. You don't really find out until episode 51. They actually introduce themselves, because they lost their powers in the ending. Gao Red, his name is Kakeru Shishi, and I'm sorry that if I butcher the names. He was technically the last person to join the Gao Ranger team. He became the Blazing Lion of Gao Red. They were all then we have Gaku Washio as Gao Yellow. He's Gao Yellow, the Noble Eagle. He was the first of the 6 of the Gao Ranger team to be recruited before the start of the thing. Then we have Gao Blue, who his real name is Kai Samezu. He's the Surgeon Shark. Now Blue and White was kind of difficult for me to figure out because Gao Blue and Gao White pretty much joined around pretty much the same time. So I decided to put Gao Blue as the third person to join, with Gao White to join second after Gaku. Her real name is Sai Taiga, who she is the Bell Tiger. And then the fourth person to join before Gao Red was Sotaro Ushigome, the Iron Bison, or Gao Black. When it gets to episode 24, Gao Silver appears and becomes part of the team. When he's introduced, he is Org, known as Roki, but as the series progresses and a couple episodes down the line, you find out that he was actually a Gao warrior from the Heian period, which is like 1,000 years before the series. He was part of that Gaoranger team, and when in episode 24, you find out that his name is Shiogane, who used to be part of the Gao warriors before the current ones now in the series. So he's technically the last one, but first to join the Gaorangers, because he's the last since he's like the last one to actually become part of the team. He was known as Shiogane to most people, but you find out that it's not even his real name. It's just a nickname he was called. His real name is Sukumaru Ogami. Yes. Now the weird thing is, in the translations of when he does the roll call, he announces himself as Sparking Wolf, but on some places it says Sparkling Wolf. So I don't know if it's a translation error or what. Now all 6 of the first 5 are recruited by Tatome. She along with the Gaorangers live in Gao's Rock, which is just a giant rock turtle, or a giant rock in shape of a turtle. Let's see. Throughout the series, you have a series of villains. As the main henchmen, you have Yabaiba and Sui Sui. Those two are pretty much the lackeys to all the main villains, which is, at first you have, that comes in the form of Highness Dukes. The first Highness Duke is Shuten, then of course he's beaten. Then the next one comes, the second one is Ura. He's the one that releases Roki, and that's how they get Gao Silver. And then the third one is Rasetsu. And near the end, they all are revived, and then they all form to make the last final orc named Sinki. And at the very end, they all get destroyed. I was actually kind of sad that Yabaiba and Sui Sui was destroyed, because even though they were evil, they just sucked at what they were doing, and I felt sorry for them. So I was hoping that they would actually survive, but no, they get crushed in their hideout by rocks. So yeah. Before the show, all the Gao warriors had a job previously. Gao Red, he was a veterinarian. He still continues to be. Gao Yellow, he was an Air Force pilot. Kai, Gao Blue, he was a bowler / pizza delivery kid. Gao Black, he was a sumo wrestler, but because of an injury, he became a florist. Then you have Gao White. She attended a martial arts school, and then she went back after the final battle. And then you have Shiogane. He was a Gao warrior from the past, of course, and still is. Now he's just a drifter. Now, for this, they use a transformation device called the G-Phone. And throughout the series, they have power animals. Well, and that's the American version. But I think. But I am definitely making this video longer because of all this extra stuff. Well, the funny thing is, there's just so many Zords in this season that I felt like I should tell you them. We have a lot. Let's see. We have Gao Lion, you have the main 5. You have Gao Lion for red, Gao Eagle for yellow, Gao Shark for blue, Gao Bison for black, Gao Tiger for white. And then you have, when Gao Silver was introduced, he actually had 3, because he had 3 power animals that could make his own Megazord, which were Gao Wolf, Gao Hammerhead, and Gao Alligator, which is based off an alligator. And as the series progressed, they gained more allies in the form of power animals, which they got the Gao Gorilla, Gao Polar, which is a polar bear, Gao Bear, which is a black bear, Gao Elephant, and Gao Giraffe. And then they get Gao Deers, Gao Falcon, Gao Rhinos, and Gao Medillo, which is an armadillo. In the end, at the very end of the last episode, they introduced a couple more. They just a cameo, they just show what it is, in the form of a Gao Jewel, which was a Gao Horse, Gao Mouse, a Gao Peacock, and Gao Stingray. And there was a lot more on the list, but I only listed the ones that were either cameoed or showed in the series. Now in the series, they meet this kid named Futuro. But they later find out it's just Gao God in disguise. Gao God is the god of all the power animals. He is made up of 5 power animals to make Gao God, which are Gao Leon, Gao Cheetah, Gao Shaw Shark, Gao Buffalo, and Gao Condor. And he, in one episode, he actually decides to take them away because he doesn't see the humans fit, because he sees pollution all over the world, and he just doesn't like that. But then he ultimately decides that it turns out it was just a test, so he gives them back and stuff. Overall, it was a really good series. Maybe I liked it. I probably wouldn't consider it my top 5, because I will eventually do a top 5 of Super Sentai list. But I wouldn't probably consider it my top 5, maybe in the top 10. Maybe I'll have to do a top 10 for that, because these series are pretty good, but I don't know. Probably just top 5. But it wouldn't be in my top 5. And that's about it of what I have here. Okay. Other than that, it was a really good series. And you're probably wondering why I'm not where's like the first season, or like, I don't know. It's because that the seasons I have to watch are, the earliest one I have is season 5 of Super Sentai. So it goes like from 5 to like 10 to like 15, 16. It's like all over the place kind of, until somewhere. I have a big chunk of the newer ones, but the older ones, I know, because I just can't find them. But instead of doing it in order like I'm doing for Power Ranger, since I have all the Power Ranger stuff I need. I pretty much watched all of them, except for like 3 seasons that I know of. Yeah. See, now I'm just random. Yeah. But so I just decided to for Super Sentai, I decided just to pull the names out of a bucket and just review the ones that come up with it. So I already have a watch order that I'm going to do it in. I'm going to be watching them, then as I'm going I'll be taking notes like I have for Gaoranger, and then I will review it. And I already have another one ready. I'll just have to rewrite the notes for it, because I'm decided to do this with Gaoranger, so might as well do it with the next one. And I'm working on the third one, And then I'm also working on Kamen Rider reviews. But I'm still waiting for the first season. The first series I'm watching to finish downloading. And I'll let you go, because that's pretty much it for the Gaoranger review. I will see you next Tuesday for a new episode of Super Sentai review, and I will see you tomorrow for the Power Ranger review, and pretty much throughout this week for my rambles, my thoughts on, and then top 5 rant. Because since I still haven't started watching or finished since I still haven't finished downloading the first Kamen Rider series I'll be watching, so Kamen Rider review will be still not coming up until I finish downloading it, then finish watching it. It's like when I start watching that, I'll have to I'll have to prioritize between watching Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider is going to be fun because that's going to be a whole different story. So that's pretty much it. Leave comments down below what you thought of this. If any of you probably seen Super Sentai, I highly doubt it. What did you think about it? Whatever. Most of my viewers, no, probably haven't. If you have, that's great. What did you think about it? What did you like about it this season? Or in general, like this channel, like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, like the Facebook page, and I will see you next time.